Utah is making another big move toward nuclear production in the state.
Now, the state's working on a deal to lease land for a uranium enrichment facility at Camp Williams in Lehi. Jordan Tracy is live at the state capitol tonight with more on the announcement. And Jordan, what stage of the process are we in? And is it even too premature to talk about when this could be up and running? Where do we stand right now?
Yeah, Brian, that's a great question, because this is really an announcement about the first steps in what could be a very long process before we can actually see enrichment of uranium here in Utah at that site at Camp Williams. Because despite the recent push across the country to kind of streamline nuclear production, it is still one of the most highly regulated areas of production in the country. So a lot that goes into it. What this announcement today is speaking about is mostly about a lease from the National Guard at Camp Williams, leasing to the Military Installation Development Authority that goes by MIDA. Then MIDA would then sublease the property to Utah Energy for a possible site for uranium enrichment. It's described in the process as kind of the middle point in the process of nuclear production. And the big question always is if there's a possibility of having any type of nuclear energy production in a neighborhood like the Lehi and Bluffdale community that surrounds Camp Williams. Is it safe? Here's what they had to say.
When you look at what makes any sort of industrial process potentially more dangerous, high pressures, high temperatures, adding or subtracting noxious chemicals, processed water that might get dirty and all that stuff, we don't have any of those things. This is really a closed loop system. The major risks are not to the public, but to our employees that are the standard risks of any heavy industrial, getting hit by a piece of heavy equipment or something because you're not operating safely.
Again, very early stages in the process, maybe 3 to 5 years is kind of a timeline that potentially could be before anything would get vertical. But again, Utah wants to be a leader in nuclear production. The governor has said it with Operation Gigawatt, because in the country they want to ramp up production because most uranium production is coming from Russia. So the country wants to be more on the forefront of that. Now, we spoke to one-on-one with Joel Ferry, the director of the Department of Natural Resources, about this and how this is a step for Utah. You'll be able to see that this weekend on Inside Utah Politics with Lindsay Yaretz. Reporting live at the state capitol, Jordan Tracy, ABC 4 News.
Jordan, thank you very much. We'll be following that.